Hello guys, and welcome to episode 6 of my Civilization Beyond Earth playthrough, playing as Integer on Rising Tide. And today we're continuing our skirmish with the Franco-Iberians. They have previously attacked me with a couple of armor units, as you can see. It's left my marine on very low health, so I'm actually going to move this marine towards Weltgeist. And once we are there, we're going to be able to heal to full health in one turn, because the Xenomath bathhouse will be finished. So that will be very useful in terms of defense in order to completely heal my units, ready to send back to the front line. Now at Castellan, I am going to also build a Xenomath bathhouse after I've completed the colonist here. And I believe a couple people have questioned why I'm still expanding, even though I have unhealth. And the reason for it is because A, Brasilia doesn't really care about my health, they like me anyway, and B, Ark and Franco-Iberia hate me for other things than just my health, so I'll probably be at war with them anyway. And honestly, with Franco-Iberia declaring war on me, I'm not the warmonger in this war at the moment, and therefore I won't get hated for that as well. So I can take advantage of that actually, and probably take over like Gran Exeter or something, or maybe Fidel. Although you can see by the way that their settlements are changing that they are becoming very harmony based very quickly, so they probably have quite a lot of levels in harmony, and that's probably due to the fact they start with 3 extra affinity levels in this campaign. So anyway, in this one we're going to start by attacking the armor here with our cruiser. That's going to do quite a lot of damage. Let's move on this cutter so it stops zooming me back to that, and then we can sort out what we want to do with these armors as well. So I think what I'm going to do is just move these guys up, possibly attack that armor. I think I'm just going to leave it though. This explorer needs to continue towards Weisheit, and the scarab can make its way down as well. So soon we're going to have pretty much 7 settlements. I'm just going to leave this one to go wherever I had previously told it to. We're going to be very close to the Brazilians after that, but hopefully they still like me quite a lot. They only have 4 out of 9 respect with me. I think our relationship was actually in jeopardy. So maybe we should get another agreement with them just to increase it a little bit. So we could go for like orbital defense net, even though we don't use it, or we won't be using it. It will only cost us 1 per turn, but it will cement our relationship. So I think that's worth doing. So my marine being attacked by the 2 armor units there, and being taken out. Okay, that is not quite what I had planned. I think at Weltgeist we are going to have to produce more military units. My marine's also being attacked here. That's not very good at all. That poor marine, after all its time, is going to die to miasma. Yeah. Not very fun for him. Okay, so I think possibly here would be a nice place to settle. Like these production tiles here with the canyons aren't ideal though. And I don't want to be too close to Weisheit as well. So maybe we'll take it a couple tiles over and settle on this tile, because that will allow us to have more original tiles to develop. We can expand towards this gold. We'll be in range of the eggs. We'll be in range of the titanium as well, I think. Actually, maybe not the titanium. I'm not sure. This is quite a hard decision actually, because there's not very many resources around here. But I've got to look at the tiles as well. So maybe placing a tile upward, or maybe a couple tiles upward would be better. This is probably one of the harder choices I've made for a settlement. It is suggesting to go here, but there isn't much benefit I can see to doing that at the moment. It would put us more in range of the tubers here, so this would grow very quickly. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just go with the recommendation there. I think it puts us in range of most resources in the area. Yeah. And we can build over this titanium early on to get the extra production from that, which will be very useful. Our colonist in Castellan, I think I'm going to place him up here around this sort of floatstone, fruit, coral, chitin, etc. Let me just check the yield icons up there though. See, they're not that great either. But if I settled on this tile with the energy, then my population can work on the fruit and so on, and we can create farms on this other land anyway, so that could be a choice. The other way we could go is sort of downward towards this frac site. Like I could place one down here somewhere, maybe on this tile with the production and energy, and then I'll be surrounded by all these basic resources. Yeah, let's do that actually. We'll set one down here. Right, let's take care of this Franco-Iberian armor. I'm going to use my cruiser, and we're going to use my raptor bug. And I'm going to use my marine to attack the armor on the miasma tile. That's just to make it less effective. And we will continue exploring with that cutter. My sea dragon needs to continue exploring. And Veldgeist, we are going to now buy a tac jet, or build a tac jet. That will help us defend. And we're going to get the Xenomass bathhouse in Castellan. So I think things going relatively well. We're going to tell that to fortify until healed. I need to really make sure that my settlements have finished all their health buildings really sooner than later. So I'm going to be working on the farmer labs in both Weisheit and Eintracht after they finish their buildings. So after the thorium reactor is finished and after this colonist is finished.
Le commerce fonctionne quand on comprend l'autre.
So Elodie's wanting to get white peace. I think I'm going to accept that for now. And I think in general that was a good choice, because there's no way I'm going to attack and take over Gran Exito in this war. That has made Ark hate me though now. But made Brasilia like me. So that's okay. Let's now get the marine back into Castellan then. We'll put our raptor bug back into our own land, and we're going to found this outpost. So that sort of cancelled out Brasilia's improvement to our relationship, but oh well. At Weisheit, we're going to get the farmer lab now, and this cruiser can start exploring, I guess. because we don't have much else to do with it at the moment. So we did discover a sunken spacecraft up there, which is good. So that's a place for our explorers to go. And my relationship with Suzanne Fielding and Elodie both in jeopardy. Doesn't really matter about the Franco-Iberians because we just peace out with them. But this colonist can go down here as well, and I think I'm going to place it near this frac site. Although it would be good to see what's down there first of all. So I am going to take this scarab to go have a look. Oh, we found a resource pod, and that's given us a free solar collector for Weltgeist. And in Interact we're going to get this farmer lab. So let's launch the solar collector. And that will improve our energy per turn greatly. Now I do have 267 diplomatic capital, and I don't need any more military units for now. So I'm probably going to use this to build something. We'll purchase with diplomatic capital a building of some sort. Maybe I could actually use that to fast build the farmer labs. Yeah, I think I might actually do that. I'll fast build the farmer lab in Weisheit, because currently it's going to take 6 turns. And then instead there we will build the Cyto nursery. And in Eintracht we can fast build a laboratory. That will improve our science by 3 per turn. And that will definitely help our progress towards tactical robotics, I think, in the long run. So that's another choice that I might make, although I can wait one more turn and get this farmer lab. So let's change the production for now to a Cyto nursery. And then next turn I'll buy the farmer lab in that settlement. So we're at positive health now. +4 positive health. So that's actually not giving us any bonuses just yet. But positive health is always a good thing. Now we've finished the Firaxite mine there. So we're going to go automate that worker. And we now have access to 8 Firaxite, which is going to be used to build CNDRs. My Marine's full health again, after sitting in Weltgeist for 1 turn because of the Zenimass bathhouse. And I'm going to place him up the top side of Weltgeist. Mainly so that if America declare war on me, they can defend that. So we're going to continue exploring with that cutter. That is a cutter, isn't it? Yes, it is. Make sure I was calling it the right thing. And this explorer needs to heal up as well, so we're going to do that in the settlement. I'm going to fortify until healed that marine. And I believe this colonist is in a decent place to settle. And my military strength not being favoured by Chungsu. Let's found the outpost there. And we're going to fortify that unit of marines. So Blauwald is our settlement there. So I should probably tile towards this frac site actually. And I did forget to build the farmer lab, so I'm going to do that before I forget again. So we'll get that going. That's 6 health now. And can we purchase anything with energy? No, we can't, not just yet. But we can develop a virtue. So, I'm going to get Nature's Bounty. And that gives us +1 production from every basic resource. Which is good for all our settlements that have basic resources upgraded. So this marine is now fully healed. I think I'm just going to bring him out of the settlement and then fortify him. And this raptor bug can sleep. I am tempted to use the raptor bug to explore, but the trouble with that is that if we get attacked again, then we won't have many defensive units. So I think everything's going okay so far. We're going to keep moving on through the turns. And if I keep saving diplomatic capital to build farmer labs, what I can do is build them straight away in my new settlements. And that will counteract the health or unhealth caused by those settlements. So this explorer is fully healed. I'm going to take it over to search these progenitor ruins if they are still there. The tac jet in this settlement can just be put on air intercept. And in Weltgeist, I'm going to produce a worker now. Probably going to produce a few workers for the next few turns, mainly because we're expanding so much. Now we are being suggested to put a settlement over here, which if we go into the yield icons, might be a good idea actually. Yeah, this is quite a good tile. And having this fibre early and the fungus early is going to help the settlement grow. I'm actually tempted to change that rather than go down to the frac site. But the frac site down here is still, I think, a very good choice. We just need to get my scarab to get down there first of all and find out what's going on. I think here's definitely a good idea for a colonist, but not this colonist. So that's an alien nest, we don't want to sit right next to that. My explorer could probably actually... I'm thinking maybe I should heal it up. Because if that gets attacked, he's going to die in one turn. I think I'm going to just heal it up for a turn or two. So Reginaldo de Alencar cancelled orbital defense net. And we have a quest decision. Do we want to get +5 healing or +1 science and 2 energy from alien preserves? I think we want the science and energy rather than the extra healing. That's much better for the longevity of the campaign. So I don't think there's anything up there. No, there isn't. So we're going to come back out of that little inlet. And I think we should possibly leash this alien. That was actually quite a good idea. Left our explorer on 1 health. Wow. So as long as the explorer doesn't get attacked, that was a good choice. Because what I can do now is just take this explorer down to Demut and just leave the sea dragons to explore for me. And then what I can do with this explorer is take it up to the sunken spacecraft once it's healed up. So Farbase 1 has been discovered. We have some production choices to make. So I think we're going to go with another worker in Weltgeist. In Castellan, I am going to get a worker as well. And in Eintracht, we will go for the Alien Preserve. So let's now automate that worker. We'll get this explorer towards Demut. We'll keep having a look around with the Sea Dragon. And this one as well. Right, was this the tile that I wanted to settle on? No, it's not. Let's just take the scarab down a bit farther. And where do I want to actually settle this? That is the choice I have to make. I think on this tile would be a good idea. We get food, production and energy. Our first population can work on this fungus tile with food, production and energy. Or maybe even here actually. Would be the best idea. Because then we get 2 initial tiles which are very good to work. And we're still in range to tile over that frac site later on. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we're going to settle there. And then the next one can settle up here. And maybe we'll have one in the middle just to make sure all our settlements connect properly, but we'll see. My crews are being attacked by alien rippers. And my sea dragon probably going to be killed by this kraken. That's unfortunate. So let's get this cruiser off the alien nest. I was tempted to destroy it, but that will use up the turn, and my cruiser will probably die, and I don't want that to happen. Let's settle this new colony. And for our production in Weisheit, I'm going to go for the recycler, I think. Extra production. Very useful. The other thing is the Alien Preserve. For 7 turns, building those, that does give us a lot of capital, culture, science, and energy for the amount of production cost. Like, those are great Alien Preserves, they really are. But maybe I could just buy one. That would be much simpler, and we'll just build the recycler instead. Yeah, let's just buy that with diplomatic capital, the Alien Preserve. And this is what I'm talking about. This diplomatic capital is ridiculously OP to use. With INTEGR, specifically. We're going to keep saving our energy. I think I might still use it to buy military units. And I think what I'm going to have to do with Weltgeist and Castellan is build military as well. For when I next go to war with Franco-Iberia, which is pretty much inevitable, I think. We're just going to be completely different. I'm going to be majority supremacy, and they are majority harmony. So, yeah, that's going to be an issue, I think. So Reginaldo de Alencar cancelled War of Ideas. So that means we're not getting as much diplomatic capital income at the moment, because he was giving us quite a lot with that, which is unfortunate.
Desembucha.
And although we're cooperating, our respect has lowered dramatically. That's starting to look like a problem.
Avec cette épée, nous vous apportons la culture.
Can we
C'est dit
change our
par là.
relationship? No, we
What
can't.
do you want, yubbo?
Yeah. We're not having much luck with diplomacy as usual. I think I'm just going to fortify until healed that ship. Gonna have to be careful about Australia down here with all these gunners near my settlements. And I think definitely a larger military is needed at this point in the game, because the AI are going to have so many military units. But I think what I'm literally going to wait for is tactical robotics to finish, and then we're just going to pump out CNDRs. The other thing I need to do is research the ability to get artillery, and once we have artillery we can actually think about attacking settlements more than I have done in the past, because when I've said that I could take over Gran Exito, it would take a lot of units in order to make that happen, but it would have been possible had Franco-Iberia not had so many military units themselves. So at Weltgeist we are going to get a marine possibly, although an armor is probably more useful. Let's go on to our research, and can we get artillery from something, or do we just get it anyway? So which one gives us artillery? Ah, computing. There we go, missile rover. That's it. So we'll research that next. Let's just set this back to no filter and continue. So Castellan, we are going to get another worker. I think it's very important that we get all of these improvements underway sooner than later. And by doing so, hopefully our energy will increase a little bit. Automate that worker as well. And we're going to fortify until healed that unit. So hopefully my explorer will heal up pretty quickly. And it just said that CEO Suzanne Fielding, or my relationship with her, is in danger. But then I just got a message that said that my respect for her increased, or her respect for me. I'm not so sure why the game is so contradictory sometimes. But anyway, I think we're doing reasonably well in terms of our own personal expansion. I just don't think our diplomacy is looking very promising right now. Because in the last campaign I did have friends, but in this one I don't think I will have friends. We'll have to wait and see. And if Franco-Iberia and Brasilia become allies, then that could be very difficult to deal with, because I'll be fighting on two sides. So I think what we've got to do is just sort of build up as much as possible, as quickly as possible, so that we have the production in order to pump out enough military units to basically defend ourselves and take out the enemy. So we'll get that worker automating, and our production in Castellan now can work on a gunner, I think. Yeah, we're going to get the gunner. And in Weisheit, we're going to get a laboratory, I think. Probably a decent choice at this point. So I'm just going to leave my diplomatic capital to purchase farm labs for my other settlements. But unfortunately, it has been my time, so I am going to have to leave it there. And tactical robotics will be finished in one turn. And once that's complete, I will start to pump out the CNDRs. And then after that, hopefully computing will finish relatively quickly. We'll start to pump out the missile rovers, which will probably be upgraded to artilleries. And then we can think about actually properly going to war with someone and taking their land. So most likely, Franco-Iberia, I think we have a good chance of taking quite a few of their settlements. So yeah, probably what that's my overall plan anyway. We'll see. But in the meantime, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.